Hey, this is Eric over at Techno RV, and we have a full line of Garmin Dash cameras for you to choose from over at Techno RV. I've got another video where I do a comparison video of all of your choices together. But in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about the Dash Cam 47. So here it is, the Dash Cam 47, and it is indeed pocket-sized, very small for your windshield. And that's the way you want it. It does have a 2-inch measured diagonally screen on the back of it, and it mounts with actually one of my favorite features. The mount, it is on a ball rotation, and it's basically just a magnet. You get 2 of these magnets, and basically the magnet will just go on your windshield, and then your camera just pops on and off of that magnet. So that makes that very, very easy. The display resolution on the screen here is 320 by 240 pixels. Now that's the screen resolution here. That's not the camera resolution. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. And this is a color LED screen that you have here. It's very lightweight, just weighs just a little bit over 2 ounces. So really nothing to speak of there. It does have a lithium battery in this unit, and that battery will last about 30 minutes off the cable, but this is designed to be run on consistent power. So the only reason that you would really need the battery in this is if you just pulled it off the power just for a little bit, just to make an adjustment or something, if you needed to do that. But while you're going down the road, it needs to have consistent power, and you do get 2 power cables for this, and the difference in these cables is one of them is in case you want to mount it in the down position, and then the other one is so that you can mount it in the up position. Whichever you prefer, you've got those options. And then of course it's got the cigarette lighter style plug here with 2 USB ports in it. So obviously you'll only need one of these USB ports for your power supply. So that opens you up another one in case you want to charge a phone or something like that. The unit comes pre-installed with a 16 gig SD card. You can put up to a 512 gig SD card, a class 10 or faster. So it definitely has some headroom for you to add more space to this unit if you want to. One reason that you might choose to put a larger SD card in this is that this does continuously loop. So as it records, it will loop over old information. And so with a larger card, it'll just hold a lot more information. Most people, whenever they're using dash cameras, they're not wanting to keep like 8 hours worth of travel, but there might definitely be some footage within that 8-hour time period that you want to keep, and you can certainly save those clips. But for the most part, it is a great feature that this actually goes through and just loops over old information that you have chose not to keep in the first place. So let's get into some of the camera's features. And this has something called incident detection. So this has what they call a G sensor in it, and if the G sensor detects a jolt, something mimicking like an accident, then it will automatically save that footage. So if you were to have an accident, you know, you can always go in and save footage, but this feature actually, when it feels that jolt, it'll actually go in and save that information for you automatically. And this camera does have GPS coordinates time-stamped, and the speed at which you're traveling, and you can have that on the screen, or you can choose to not have that on the screen. The camera resolution, what the camera is actually shooting in, is 1080p. And so it is high definition, and it does have a 140-degree viewing angle. So a lot of good field of vision there to really capture everything out of your front windshield. The frame rate at which it records is 30 frames per second. And so that's good for a unit like this. The higher the frames per second basically just means that anytime you're recording something in motion, you can have some motion blur. So the higher you can get on the frames per second, the better. And 30 is a pretty good spot to be at. The Dash Cam 47 does have voice controls, so this really makes it easy. Like I can just say, okay Garmin, record or save this video. Hey Garmin, take a picture, because a lot of times when we're traveling and this is up there, maybe we come around a corner and there's a great looking mountain or something that I want a picture of, then I can just voice control and say, hey Garmin, snap a picture, and it'll just go ahead and snap a picture of what's in front of it. So that's a very nice feature. You can also voice control, like turning on and off the microphone controls on here, so it can record like the vocals within the car. If you want that, that's great. If you don't, then you can just turn that off. The Garmin Dash cameras do have a feature where you can sync up to 4 different cameras. So if you wanted a camera in the front and maybe out the back, or for security reasons you want one on a side window if you're in an RV in an RV park or something, it can basically sync all those together to where whenever you go back and watch footage, it'll line up the date and time, and it can run those simultaneously. The Garmin Dash cameras work with an app called Garmin Drive, and this is a really convenient feature because you can download this on your smartphone, and you can basically operate the functions of the GPS from your smartphone. So a lot of times when we're driving down the road, Tammy can actually have her smartphone out, and she can actually on her phone see what the camera is seeing. And so and if she wants to like snap a picture, she can just do all that from her phone. If she wants to save a recording, she can do that from her phone. So it's kind of nice for a passenger in real time to be able to make adjustments with the dash cam through that Garmin Drive app. Also with the Garmin Drive app, there is a feature called Parking Guard, and basically what this means is that while you're parked, if there was movement, or if the sensor felt something bump the vehicle, then this would actually record that, and then it can actually send you the information in a video clip so that you can see what's going on. It's also got remote live view. Now you do need Wi-Fi for that from the camera, but basically what that means is from anywhere you can actually see what the camera is seeing. So if you had your RV parked somewhere and you weren't with the RV, then you could have that. Now of course the camera is going to need consistent power to be able to do that, and again it does need to be connected to Wi-Fi in order to use that feature as well, but that all works through that Garmin Drive app. The Dash Cam 47 also has some driver assist features. You can turn these on, you can turn them off if you want to, but basically it has lane assist. If you start to drift out of your lane, it will give you a little audible sound to let you know that you're starting to drift out of your lane. It's also got, if you're coming up on or following someone too closely, it'll give you a little audible alarm for that as well. And then also if you're, let's say, at a stoplight and the person in front of you takes off and then you don't take off, it'll give you a nice little nudge to tell you it's time to go. So just a couple of driver assist features that I think are pretty nice, and they're all included with the Dash Cam 47. Another kind of fun feature of the Garmin Dash camera is it has something called the travel lapse feature, and it basically can condense a long drive into a much shorter video that you can go back and watch or share with your friends and family. So just a quick review of what you get with the Dash Cam 47. The camera, you get your cigarette lighter style plug, you get 2 different power supplies, you get 2 magnets to mount with, and then you get your quick start guide as well. This is the Dash Cam 47. We do have other models that you can look at over at Techno RV, and we've got videos on those as well, and then we do have that comparison video of all of them to help you make your decision. So check them out over at technorv.com, and as always, if you have more questions or need help making a decision, you can always call, chat, or email with us over at technorv.com.